right.
So, yeah, Ian, he was like, I don't know if it's cool with Luke.
This is Zanaya.
It's the righteous vigilante Jaymond Kreek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open. Hey, yo, check it out. This is mainstream, never mainstream. You're tuning in to Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You're now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.
Everything a little closer.
Hey.
They say money talks, and that's the way I spoke to you.
Woo!
Yeah.
Coming in with the energy. And welcome back, everyone. This is the Florida Vibe Directory. On this very special episode, we got Jaymond Kreek in the building.
Yo.
Hell yeah, man. So for those of you guys that don't know, Kreek has done tons of collaborations here in MWO. So it's always an honor to have you on the podcast, on the mic, whatever it may be, man.
Right. Well, let's keep this professional, but it's always an honor to be here.
Glad to hear it.
Yes,
Glad to hear it,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So tell me, what you been up to lately?
Lately, what have I been up to? I just been getting my weather together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Making sure the climate is beautiful and breezy, and just maintain and staying on top of it every single day.
I love to hear that, man. And have you had any new releases lately?
Lately, no. As of late, no, sir. I'm just doing a lot of work on the RHV page, doing a lot of photography, trying to branch out and do different things like shoot short films and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
I'm still recording. I got records in the tug for sure.
Ooh, glad to hear that.
Yeah. but you know, like, you just don't want to release anything and not have no like rollout. You want to make it beautiful. So it's like I have these records in the tug, but I want to work on an album. I want to do all these other multimedia things. So, you know, those things take time before you guys hear from me again.
Definitely. What made you want to branch out, you know, into other projects? Was it just like a calling you felt, or?
I just think I always wanted to do dope shit.
I like that.
Yeah, always wanted to do dope shit. Bro, fucking linking up with your boys and making a short film, that's dope. Okay. MWO, where I first got like really started doing my thing out here in Broward, fucking throwing a show. You know, this is why I've always been appreciative of Luke. Throwing a show, hosting a podcast. When everybody's saying don't be doing that shit, go get a job. That's fucking dope. That's cool. So that's what led me to venturing out into other ventures, like short film photography and radio programming. And what else have I done? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, art, visual art as a painter.
Of course. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's kind of a big one, you know.
Yeah. So, just doing dope shit, bro. Don't want to keep it all up here. Want to get it out there into the world.
Get it out and push it out. Bring it to the world.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. We even have one of Kreek's pieces up here, right there at the top. One of my favorites, actually. It's fucking
birds.
Dope, bro. Yeah.
Thank you. That's one of my favorite pieces too.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Thank you.
So tell me, how about in 2021? What were the projects that you released?
The projects that I released One Day Will Be Fine, which was a mood swing, and that was a little EP, SoundCloud exclusive. That's where the song Aubrey, I Might Like You is off of, the song that we play in the intro sometimes.
Nice.
And then also released Stay Righteous,
okay,
which was another EP, more lyrically dense and focused than some of my other rage stuff or singy, songy stuff.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So you wanted to kind of go in a little bit of a different direction?
Not exactly.
Okay.
No, not
right.
exactly at all. It's just that's just kind of how the leaves fell.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
That's how the leaves fell.
I like that. I saw you also put out like a beat collaboration.
Oh, did you see that?
Yes, I did. I
do a little producing here.
Nice.
Yeah, I put out beats to trip to before the rapture comes.
That is one hell of a name.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Beats to trip to before the rapture comes.
Before the rapture comes, you know what I mean? Because there's no deep meaning behind it, let's just get that out the way. But it ties into the whole righteous vigilante theme. And the beats that I put on that project were like very trippy and left field and avant-garde, and not my best work, but for sure trippy as shit. So I thought that would be a great name for it.
Nice.
In the same vein, I saw that RHB Radio dropped another episode recently. Finally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My cleaning music. I've been waiting.
Yes,
for
sir.
it.
We are back, my man. Thank you so much, and we are back, and we are rolling, sir. And I can't wait to do the next project that'll be out. The next program that'll be out next February. Yeah, I plan on doing these RHV radios once every month, not to burn myself out, but also to hold myself accountable and keep to a schedule of releasing this.
So for the people who haven't heard of RHV Radio before, what exactly is it?
RHV Radio, it's I would say it's a realm for revolutionary thought. Thank you, my man, for the alley hoop. You throw that bitch up, I'm gonna lob that hoe. No, but all right. And in all honesty, it definitely is a realm. That's the best way to explain it. It's just very experimental synth jamming on the synthesizers, talking some thoughts, making some points, maybe over current events or maybe over some topics that I've been meditating over for the past month. And I'll just speak all on that, and it gives me another outlet of expressing myself instead of just making records.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Where do you find the time to tackle so many different projects? Do you feel like it like you have to come with a certain discipline, or were you just like, I'm just gonna do this today and this tomorrow, like,
I would think it's a certain discipline.
Yeah.
And I've structured my life. I've designed, I've engineered my life.
Love that.
In the sense of that, the only people that know me or that I'm around are people that are in tune with the vision.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not hanging out. If I'm going to hang out in downtown Fort Myers or downtown Miami, I'm going to make sure my photographer and I are probably going to go out and do a public interview, just for content based. Just so I've done so much of like chilling and hanging out and partying and fucking and shit. It's like I really want to make sure I engineered my lifestyle to the point where everybody that's around me, we're all doing something, and everything that we're doing is leading into that one vision, that one goal. So that's how I found the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And do you think that doing other curricular activities help strengthen this vision? Something like boxing, for example?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Like, absolutely. Like, absolutely. And I've been beating myself up for the last year and a half because... Yeah, pun intended. Yeah, because I haven't been on it as much. But I know just that act of physical activity just does something to the brain, the dopamine, having that clean, that sense of, I worked out today, or you feel your body, you feel stronger, you feel lean. It just does something for the mind. And being a creative, which we use so much of our minds and our imagination, having the ability to do physical exercise, I think is a great, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say it's a great catalyst for the creative process, but it's like, let's say you playing basketball, you got to ice your knees, right? A professional basketball player.
Yeah.
I think it's probably important for creatives, if they're working so hard, being in their mind and drawing things from their imagination, to go out and do some physical exercise. Because I just think it helps you be a better person.
Okay.
And that was my that was my address to the nation about exercise and boxing.
Do it. No,
Yeah.
honestly, we need a lot more of it. I think everyone can use a little more exercise.
Absolutely.
And sun more than anything.
I'm telling you.
Hell yeah. When it comes to this photography and maybe like short film, what direction are you trying to take it?
See, right now I'm in the stage where I'm just trying to do dope shit with my homies.
Okay.
That's the base level playing field that we're at right now. As far as these short stories that I've written, I have one that's called Nightmare, and it's about a retired veteran that he's not doing anything in the military anymore. He's working at Dollar General. He's the backroom manager, and he's been drinking. He's divorced and stuff, and he decides one day that he's going to quit alcohol, as he's been an alcoholic for most time. And the day when he quits it, I go through the phases of him quitting it, and then later that night he has a nightmare, which gets pretty trippy. So there's like a fictional character called the Ganoshka. It's a primate, but with 8 legs,
That's
and it has a spider face, but the body is like of a ape or a chimpanzee.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what genre to classify, which direction I'm going. I just, I have these ideas and I'm just putting them out.
Sounds kind of Ray Bradbury.
Ray Bradbury, please enlighten.
He was pretty much a sci-fi writer that wrote things that were almost Twilight Zone-y.
Absolutely. You know what? I think, yeah, I can concur with that. For sure.
Yeah, so you're really trying to step into that imaginary zone, right? That like anything could be possible. A nightmare, you can really bring out the trippy. You can bring out like a lot of different concepts all in one.
Absolutely.
It's a dreamy world.
It's a dreamy world, and then I'm not going to spoil it for you. The zine will be out soon enough once I finish my second short story. I finished a few poems. It'll all be out on a zine. I'm thinking of calling it the Doomer zine, so I won't spoil it too much, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And you say it's going to be on the zine. What do you mean by that?
a zine is like it won't be online because I want to make physical copies. And this would be like a short little booklet of like artwork that I've painted, of photographs that I've taken, and short stories and poems that I've written, and that'll be a nice little piece of what do you call it? You can call it collectible. Call it a Jaymond collectible, a RHV collectible, and that'll be something for the supporters and the people that are in love with who I am and what I do as an artist and as a mind.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Do you feel like moving has kind of helped your artistic flow or just being in your own area?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people that are from Broward, they get hyped up by the fact Broward has this sort of music scene that kind of cultivates this style of music, right? But I think moving to other locations kind of can create a similar effect.
Right.
I don't know if that's...
I think so as well. As far as you just get out there and touch the people, I think so. Has moving to a location helped my creative process? Is that more so the question?
Yeah.
I feel like in Broward and Miami, there's a lot more distractions. But I'll tell you what, moving to another location, what it did for me a lot, which I'm very thankful for. It made me get in contact with regular people, and it allowed me to able to pull their inner passions out of them and really work together and try to create something, whether we're going out and doing something creative speaking. Down in Broward, it's just like everybody's a photographer, everybody's a musician, everybody's a painter. So it's like nobody, I don't want to speak down on Broward in Miami now, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's hard to really link up and just get it done. You know what I mean? Out there, it's like, this is who I am. I'm from here. Let's just do something. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it helps my creative process or not. To be honest, I can't really answer that question.
Okay.
But that was the experience of me being who I am, being here and then moving over there to Southwest Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still, like you said, a part of your experience. So I think regardless, it's going to have some sort of impact, either
Absolutely.
negative, positive, whatever it may be.
Right.
There's going to be a change.
The white girls out there are spectacular. Hey, if you're out there on YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, if you're looking for some pogs, PAWG, that's right, I said it, pogs. Fat ass white girls, go out to Southwest Florida, and yeah, they got a whole kernel of them.
You'll find them in troves.
Yeah, we got a few Mariah Careys out there too.
There we go.
Nah, but nothing are like the women out here in South Florida.
Yeah, it's pretty wild down here.
I was
think
just at a
that
gas
adds to
station.
the distraction. Yeah, that adds to the distraction part of this place.
Absolutely. I was just at a gas station and I was just like the woman that was working the register. I was like, just one of them joints. You know what I mean? She's nice. She's bad. And it's like, I know just a few women out there on this side, but here you just go to a gas station, you go into a vape store, they all out here, man, and it's really beautiful. Yeah, it's
That
very
is the
very
truth.
distracting.
Very
distracting.
distracting
Yeah.
in all facets, man. Ay. Ain't that the truth? Miami doesn't help either. That
Miami does not help. Oh no.
Latina Central, bro.
Latina Central, baby. Oh yeah, mami, ¿cómo estás? Bien, muy bien.
So when it came to creating your projects in 2021, did you have any type of inspirations, or what was your mindset going into creating them?
Okay, all right, I'll break it down, and I'm gonna spill the beans. I'm gonna put the beans on the table.
Drop them.
All right. So I was working on an album called A Time Before Now, The Tale of Psych Ward Baby. And it was just hard really getting that nice group of like 10, 14, 15 songs or 10 songs together. So I just kind of split them all up. You know what I mean? And this is actually how the mood swing of One Day We'll Be Fine comes in. So I'm in the process of creating this album. I'm talking to Midas. I'm talking to my engineer, Rashad. And I'm trying to create these things. And I'm talking to myself a lot. And I'm trying to create this product. And I just got really low and down and wondering if this was going to work out. But on the other side of the token, you always think that it's going to work out. So I just dropped the EP, One Day We'll Be Fine, out of a mood swing. You know, I worked with Black Ant on there. These are all records that I had in the tuck, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drop it. SoundCloud exclusive. Why SoundCloud exclusive? Because I'm coming again. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stay on. I'm not just gonna drop an EP and go away. I'm gonna stay on their necks. You know what I mean? So I dropped that, and it was a mood swing, not being able to create the album, and then I dropped Stay Righteous, which was just probably about 1 or 2 songs were on there. We're from the process of trying to make A Time Before Now, but the rest was just me going back and forth to Fort Lauderdale and making records. And I figured I'm gonna drop another EP on their Head Top. You know what I mean? And I forget the question right now.
No, the inspiration, like how it all came together.
Oh, that was yeah. All right, so yeah, the inspiration was despair. The inspiration was like, damn, like I just got to stay on the Head Tops, and I might not have the perfect record or perfect album, but just gonna keep going, just release product,
Release
like
EPs,
McDonald's,
yeah.
like a McDonald's drive-through. Yeah.
Just dish it out.
Just dish it out, man. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So for 2022, do you got any music projects planned besides besides anything else you're doing?
All the other multimedia stuff. I do. All right. So I'll say this loud and clear on the air, on the net, on the web. So there's a bit of accountability that comes with this.
Okay.
I would like to drop 3 mixtapes, 3 full lengths in 1 year. Okay. I'm thinking A Time Before Now. That's got to come out. The Tale of Psych Ward Baby. I'm thinking of another one called Dummy. And then I'm thinking of another one I don't have the name for. I'm going to keep it 100%. But so I want to keep that music coming, as it can be the soundtrack to all the other multimedia things that I got going on. So maybe at times are changing too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, there's no I'm going to take a year off, like no.
Yeah, you're going to be like a sabbatical for music right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just it's a schedule, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Sweet, man. Well, I hope you Lil Wayne this shit and just start dropping mixtapes left and right.
I will, my boy. Yeah, I got you.
That would be amazing, man. I would love to see it. I've always been a huge fan of your music and love the change in your sound. Actually, I got like
really,
yeah. Your sound has changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
From way back to I Hate Cocaine.
Take it 2018.
Yeah. To seeing you even perform that live, right? The energy and intensity, to the newer tapes that you're dropping now. Are you planning on maybe doing a tour or any type of live events with these upcoming releases or most recent?
I am. I'm not planning anything substantial, like hugely substantial, like a big production behind of anything right now.
Yeah.
And my mental space is at the point where I'm thinking of, I know where all my listeners are at. It's a lot of fucking Miami and Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
I'm still breaking out into the Fort Myers, Cape Coral scene. So if anything, I have 2 shows booked this year down here. But as far as a tour or something like that of that nature, just to run through here. Run through here again. Run through the Southeast Florida again.
All right.
Miami, Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, all that.
Just run the shows right where they.
And this is all independent. It's me and my friends, my team. So it's doing what we can, with what we have.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And plus, you're going to have to make the trip now. Now it's going to be like a real tour. You know, coming from one place to a spot just to perform.
Absolutely. Got to get that time off. Like, hey, I got to do some other work type shit for like 4 days or something like that. Yeah.
I love that, man. When it comes to producing, have you found any type of challenges trying to pick up like what production is? Because I don't feel like production comes easy, right? Has it been a challenge for you so far?
It's probably been a challenge for me to make things that are accessible to the mainstream, make things that are accessible to people that are looking to have to make that mainstream sound. But it hasn't been a challenge to me all since I was like 14, just playing keyboard and guitar. You know, I've always been kind of just making music and wanting to produce. Is just where the challenges lay is learning about all these different VSTs and learning about all these different plugins. See, that's where the big challenge is for me. But for me though, like I'm gonna go in with a fucking drum machine, a guitar, a bass, and some keyboards and just produce a beat.
Yeah.
But as much as I love that, you kind of got to glisten it up and polish it up for the consumer.
Right.
So
right, and that's where it gets a little bit more complicated.
That's where it gets a little bit more complicated. Yeah, absolutely.
That makes tons of sense, man.
Yeah.
And that's how sometimes I don't even know how these producers and engineers do it.
Right.
You know, you mentioned you work with Go Midas.
Yeah.
Still do.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
Forever.
Man.
I owe Gold Midas like a lot, just because, you know, the fact that he's a very talented artist and producer that, one, believes in me, two, he's been there by me since 2018 when I first started doing my thing, and he's just supplied me with the beats, you know, out of the kindness of his heart and because he believes in me or something. So, you know, yeah, forever I want to work with him. And, you know, it would really mean a lot to me if I could like have this huge ass album and big ass project where like a lot of people are streaming it, and then I could have a beat of his on that project.
I see.
And it'd be like, yo, I appreciate everything he done for me.
I love that.
Where Midas stands here.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, Midas stands.
Most definitely.
He's nice. I didn't mean to get too emotional there, but yeah.
No, completely understand that, man. I feel, you know, the connection between your producer, engineer, and especially if they're like your main one, it's a very valuable connection. It's like this person knows your artistic flair.
Right.
Yeah, that's very rare.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, that it is. That it is.
And he's very talented. I don't know if he's going to drop a project this year, but, you know, Midas, that 2-year deadline is coming out. What you doing, dude? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing.
Do you find yourself working with any other, you know, rappers, producers in the future? Or do you got any plans for maybe an upcoming project that's collaborative?
Well, me and LaFort, we're overdue. Like over fucking due for a mixtape or EP or something like that. It just needs, it just needs to be me and LaFort, and we're over fucking due, LaFort. Like he knows it, I know it, everybody that knows us knows it. We're overdue for that shit. So obviously him. I'm open to work with like more producers and more artists. Like Ian Stone, he wants to do a record. I'm cool with it, you know. Like I want to touch the people more. So yeah, I'm okay with working with everybody. I know Wade Boswell, he hit me up and was like, he want to do a indie alternative rock type of song, and I was like, yeah, I'm down.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. I'm not closing myself off. I'm not in the room, just in the corner anymore. I'm willing to work with everybody. As long as you're just cool. If you're a cool person, you got to be a cool. You got to be a cool person. You got to be a cool person. If you're not a cool person,
You got to set the standard right now.
Yeah.
You got to be a cool person.
Might as well forget about it.
Yeah. Never mentioned it.
Let's talk about features.
Okay.
I want to see your thoughts about this on a business perspective. But you know, I've gotten to the point in my life where eventually I'm going to have to start charging for features. Not because like, hey, I'm the shit, you need to pay me for my work, which that is the case, but it's not the case because a lot of this work, whether I'm going to the studio, getting this shit mixed and mastered, getting it all this different work that goes into me even just like laying down a 16 for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That takes money and time for me.
Right.
So it's like I realized that eventually I'm going to have to start paying for features, especially if it's randos from California talking about we got a collab. It's like I'm about to go to the studio to do your collab. So I wanted to know, I just want to hear your perspective on that. Not on my business, but just on that as a business perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you provide a lot of value as an artist, then you shouldn't feel guilty for charging your worth. You know, what you feel your worth is, especially if they're expecting you to fly out to record. You know, oh, yo, come to Cali. All right, bro, that takes bread. That's like a $300-$400 flight. Plus, I'm not going to be working either for a week. Like, I think that's where it becomes more, it's expected. It should be expected that they should at least cover some of the costs.
Absolutely.
And this is even seen with DJs, right? Like, if I'm asking them to come play a show for me, right, I have to pay for their flight, their hotel, and even their rider, like what they want in that moment when they perform.
Right.
Why should it be any different if I'm expecting you to come make a song with me in another place?
Well, it shouldn't be.
Exactly. Yeah. It should not be different. So that's where I think it's a good idea. Now, if it's a local artist who's like struggling to come up and you're like boys with him, and you're, you know, then it's like, all right,
why are you charging me?
Yeah, why are you charging me? But you know, like, what are you trying to do?
If Luke was like, "Yo, Kreek, I need you on the track," and I was just like, "Yeah, $300."
Yeah,
like what the type of bullshit is that? After our fucking long standing, like what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's where I think some artists can get a bit of a head of themselves or get a really big head really quickly because they're like, "Oh no, I'm the shit now. Everyone has to pay me for a feature."
Right.
And it's like, yo, like we have a long time of working together. Now it's gonna be kind of pushed down or not happen at all just because you want to overcharge.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's gotta pick. You know, gotta pick your battles. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely not gonna overcharge my homeboys, but
yeah, and a stranger. Let's say it's a stranger in the state that you live in. I don't think it's unreasonable to charge for a feature, especially if you have a larger following and you have more skill in terms of how you can level up his or her track. Right. Then I think it's a good idea to charge a reasonable amount. I think once you go over realistic, like if you do like unrealistic charging, they're not
like if you're charging
this
this local kid for his whole paycheck.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's just like
it's like, come on, guys.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Where's the love? And I still show love because I remember there's a couple of artists with clout out here, you know, that did features with me, and when I was nobody, and I'm still nobody. So you know what I mean. But it meant a lot just to see those guys with like thousands and thousands of followers like accept me in for the free ski off the love. So. You know, it's definitely, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it's a balancing act. Definitely. I guess, you know what I mean?
Definitely. I think features could even be used strategically, right? Like if you look at someone and you trust that they're cool, like you said, you only got to work with people that are cool. And you may not know them, but you know they're cool and you fuck with the people that either they're around or, you know. Then it might be a good idea to do a pro bono feature so that you can build some type of relationship with someone, you know, and then build it from there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good take. What's your take on this, Luke? You know, coming from a artist or?
Ouch. I deserve that though.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. Yeah. I tend to err toward what Adrian just said for the most part. I think there's a lot of wiggle room for a lot of people that they're not willing to deal with, but it comes down to A, the marketplace, and B, the position of the person that you're dealing with. So, I mean, if this person is still working a 9-to-5 job and you're asking a certain amount of money, then that's, you know, do you really want to work with them or do they really want to work with you? Or
Right.
What's the real purpose? Who's gaining what out of it?
Right.
It becomes a complicated issue.
That was excellently said. Thank you. I like the word wiggle room. I think that's what I was looking for. Yeah. Wiggle room. Yeah.
Do you think you would do the same when it comes to other mediums? Like, let's say someone's like, yo, I'm an aspiring actor and I want to be in your short film.
That's funny that you mentioned that. Like charge them, or like why would I charge them to be in my short film? They're like a resource. I could.
I mean, it depends. I feel like if you end up having, like, let's say you end up becoming a prominent director or something, and it's like, well, by being in my movie and I haven't scouted you,
Right,
you're gonna want to come in.
Go on stage for showcases and like get charged for that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're debatably the entertainment.
Well, I will have to say that I'm not at that level yet, and it's above my pay grade. But once I get there, I will have the adequate answer for you.
Okay.
As far as anybody wanting to, like, you know, be involved in like any like film making business with me, like it's pretty much open doors. You know, I was just speaking to some actors the other day. They come by my other job in Cape Coral, and they're like, they've been on shows and stuff. Like, they're legitimate actors and they're actors. So I saw their work and I was like, you know, what if we did like a 2-minute thing? You know what I mean? How much should they charge me? So somebody was saying, like, dude, since you're the homie, not at a zilch, but I'm willing to put up some bread, you know, for your work, you know. But, and then somebody else in that group was like, you know, $1,000 a minute. And I was like, this is like the industry standard. And I'm like, all right, yeah, about that homie deal. Yeah.
Damn. God damn.
But I want to work with everybody, bro. There's so much beautiful things out here in the world. I think we get so, what is it that happens? I don't know if it's ego. I don't know if we're tired and want to go to sleep and go on YouTube all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we just want to fuck that hole over there and like not really work. But I'm so willing to just put in the work, whether you're good or not, whether I'm good or not. Let's just fucking make it happen, and then like walk the journey. You know.
How easy do you think it is to encounter people who actually want to work with you in another medium like acting?
Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, you're good. Because I feel like when it comes to acting, it's not very common, you know, to find good actors or performers of that sense. So what's been your experience with that?
My experience, I have no experience down here. And the people that I was speaking of, they're actually from New York or whatever, but they're down here now, you know, due to the New York politics and whatnot. A lot of people are down here due to the New York politics. And so at least what I was getting to earlier, like early in our conversation, is that it's easier to speak with people and then bring that inner passion of them out so we can all get something done. I don't have any experience down here, but I would imagine it's a lot harder due to, like, we're all in Broward County, we're all in Miami, it's so much fun, this whole that way, this dude has a lot of clout, oh, I'm a real actor, you gotta pay me. So I would imagine probably being down here is a lot harder to get things done. Yeah,
definitely. I can definitely relate to that, because I've spoken to one of my homies about him trying to get into acting, and then he was like, all right, acting's not the move here. He had to literally move to LA just to get into the network.
Just to get into the
network of the same people who want to work.
Absolutely.
In the same mindset. And then whenever he comes here, he's going to switch it up to comedy. He has to do like stand-up.
Yeah.
Completely different than
I smell what's going on here.
Yeah, something completely in the realm, but a little different.
He's being like a two-headed dragon type of thing. Yeah. So why wouldn't he, like, you know, try to, you know, build things grassroots, homegrown down here?
More opportunity. He just saw the opportunity in LA. I think when we spoke, an opportunity presented itself, and he was like, "Fuck it! Like, I have nothing to lose. Realistically, just a lot of growth. So a lot of growth can be found over there. So let's just go over there."
Very well.
So.
Very well.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah. He's cool. I
don't know who he is, but I like him though. He was like, "Hey, it's over here, so I'm gonna go over there."
Yeah. I think you would fuck with him for sure.
Yeah.
Dope, man. So you mentioned you got upcoming projects. You tell me more about your short film. So, you know, you mentioned you have your writing. You want to create like something like a book, a short story. How about your short film?
Well, short films, you can create short films all off of like one short story. You can create films get created off of books all the time. So I think that's more so my writing. That's where I'm going, and then whatever I have the resources to transpose into a visual medium, like I will. So for example, Nightmare, I don't really have the resources to do that. The short story I was speaking of earlier, Keep Your Secrets to Yourself. That's another short story that I wrote, and it's more based in reality. And I think I would have the resources to actually get that done with what I have. Keep Your Secrets to Yourself is about a boxer who expresses his trauma that he's been through to his coach. Now, the coach and the boxer end up having the same kind of trauma, but the coach is like 15 years removed from his, and the boxer's is very fresh. So it's called Keep Your Secrets to Yourself because the boxer's trauma ends up having the coach go back into his past and unravel some feelings that he didn't know was still there. So the coach ends up going on a mission and doing some crazy shit. All right, that's one chapter. Boom. Right? The next chapter, the boxer finds out about what happened, and he contemplates whether it was his fault or if he has nothing to do with it. And it basically, it ends. So as far as short films, I think they'll probably be based more off of like, you know, little scripts and short stories that I write. I have nothing exactly planned right now, but I'm just working.
Well, that sounds like a fucking badass movie right there. Like that is a great story. You know, it sounds like it could have a lot of depth in it.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I love that.
Only doing about 3,500 words though.
Okay.
Yeah, some light.
Real light.
yeah, real light. But you know, me and Luke and Daniil, we're all supposed to like collaborate and do something cool, you know, on a short film. And you know, there's a bounty hunter project that Daniil was focusing on, which I'm down for. And I want to do something with Luke. And I don't exactly have an idea right now, but just off the top of my head, well, it's been in my head since we spoke about it. But I'm probably thinking that I'm some like loner lost guy, and Luke plays like a spiritual guru of sorts. You know what I mean? So, you know,
I love that.
I guess I'm good at typecasting.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I would have to really start acting if I could fill that out.
No, just do you, man. Yeah, you're perfect. I got it. Yeah.
That would be one hell of a short film as well.
Yeah, man. Just little ideas like that. It's better to have it out than just be in the brain.
Of course. Nice, man. Well, I love how you got. Sounds like you got your goals laid out for you.
Yes, sir.
And you got quite a bit of work cut out for you as well.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And for the people that are out there, where can they find you so that they can see this work in action in the future?
So you can find myself at JaymondKreek. That's Jaymond Kreek on all social media platforms. I'm Jay on Tinder. And
ladies.
Yeah, no, but you can just DM me on Instagram. That Tinder shit's lame. and then but really a lot of this work's going to be taking part on the RHV platform. So RHVCO on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and that's where a lot of these ideas will be placed.
I love that. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that actually concludes our time for today.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming, man.
It was a pleasure, my man.
Definitely was a pleasure, and I look forward to the next one.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
And everyone, if you like what you saw today, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Hey.
Yo.
It was a banger, bro. It was a banger.